Good evening, Internet. Shroom here, playing some more Standard tonight. And tonight I'm running back a rebrew of my Otter Destruction list from a little while ago, but less focused on the Is It Lessons matchup and more generally mid-rangey. Let's take a look at some Otter Corrosion. So, Otter Corrosion is a 4-color, really a wet Mardu mid-range deck. It's Mardu Splashing Blue, and we're really like a Dragonstorm deck. Our primary win con is going to be the excellent dragons that exist in Standard in the Mardu colors, as well as non-combat damage, in particular Corroding Dragonstorm, 2-mana enchantment that when it enters, each opponent loses 2 life. We gain 2 life, we get to Surveil 2, and then whenever a dragon enters, we get to bounce this back to our hand. So, this combined with burn spells is going to be a repeated source of drain that's going to help us close out games. Now, the initial brew of this list was very focused on the Is It Lessons matchup. We were leaning really heavily on Razorkin Needleheads and even Scrawling Crawlers to make our opponents take damage when they draw cards, as well as Crystal Barricades to ensure that our opponents could not be killed by red removal spells. And it didn't work that well. You know, the Needleheads are good, but they don't hate on the Is It deck as fully as we would like, because Accumulated Wisdom does not actually draw cards. Still, we are running 3 Razorkin Needleheads with a 4th in the sideboard, and we're running the one of Crystal Barricade with more copies in the sideboards, because these cards are still good, but we're much more focused on our dragons. So what was it that we said after our first brew of this deck? The things that we were lacking was, first of all, we need more dragons. We just didn't have enough dragons in the initial version. So what to do but just add 4 Nova Hellkites. That's what we're doing tonight. This is just a really, really, really good card. I really like the fact that you can play this on 3 for its warp cost, to just bounce the Corroding Dragonstorm for 3 so that you can replay it. The ability to play this basically at 2 different mana values is really great with the Dragonstorm part of our plan. And it's just an excellent hasty threat that pings a Llanowar Elf when it comes in. You probably know this card by now. Just a very, very good card, and it happens to be a dragon. So that's going to help a lot, upping our dragon count and making sure that we can bounce our Dragonstorms more reliably. Other dragons that we're running are the same as last time. We've got our Clarion Conquerors. I'm just a huge fan of this card. I think it's so good. I love the way that it shuts down the Badger Mole Cub brews in Standard, just being itself, it's just a good body to, 3/3 flyer for 3. This is an excellent card for our list. And then, of course, we've got the 3 of Scavenger Regents. These are our sweepers. We can -X. The Exude Toxin mode is very good. Oftentimes there's, 1 toughness creatures that need to be swept on our opponent's side. This does that very handily, as well as being a respectable evasive threat in its own right. Then we got some Magmatic Hellkites, which are good 4/5 flyers for 4 dragons that blow up a land and make that land come back tapped when it comes back. So a little bit of disruption to opponents' mana bases. Also, good at sniping those creature lands and fountain ports, etc. Now, the other thing that we said in addition after last time was that we needed more card draw. Yes, the deck does have a lot of card selection with the Dragonstorms, but being able to actually translate into that into card advantage is something that we were really interested in doing, so that we can draw more dragons. So I'm adding blue in order to run Matoya, which is a card that I've had my eye on since it was printed. It's 3 mana for a 1/4 human warlock. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. So we do a lot of surveilling in this deck, between our repeated Dragonstorms and our mana base, which includes a lot of surveil lands. It's possible that this could be a legitimate card draw engine. It's also interesting this card is not restricted to once a turn like many other effects similar to it are. So the theory is that Matoya will just let us draw a bunch of cards. In testing, it's actually worked out pretty well. It does, of course, provide something of a tax on the mana, but I think it's something that we can accommodate and that is worth the investment. And then, we're Mardu, so we got the interaction we need to survive and survive the horrors of this Standard format and just beat down. We got the Burst Lightnings at the 1 mana slot for those early burns. We've got some Get Lost. This is a good Get Lost deck because we're also a Clarion Conqueror deck. We've got some Binding Negotiations for our Pilfer action. I just really like running discard whenever I'm playing black. We got Heartless Axe. We've got Strategic Betrayal for removal and Graveyard Hate. We've got our abrades, 2 of them, so that we are prepared to abrade those Monuments of Endurances, as well as to remove weenies. And we got a couple of Lightning Helixes, because this card is legal in Standard, and it's great. So that is the plan. More dragons and translating our surveils into card draw with Matoya. So in testing, this has worked pretty well. Let's see if our mana base will cooperate with us. There's 23 lands in the deck. We're playing a bunch of surveil lands, so our lands mana base is a bit on the slower side, but we should be able to produce the colors that we need. Our mana base leads heavily on red, obviously, because we do want to be able to play Razorkin Needleheads early. These are still good cards to have access to. But we do a lot of surveilling, so if there are cards that we come across in the course of the game that we can't cast or aren't useful for us at a particular moment, we can surveil those away and find better cards. We do have good card selection. Nothing too fancy in the mana base. We're really just trying to get our colors working as well as possible and to surveil a bunch if possible. The sideboard contains a Duress and a Poison the Water, so we can supplement our Binding Negotiations with whatever flavor of discard is better for the matchup. Poison the Waters, I really like its ability to function as a -1/-1 sweeper as well. We've got Crystal Barricades 2 and 3 for matchups where it's good, including against the Is It Lessons deck and against black decks that want to make us discard cards. They want to Thought Seize us or Deep Cavern Bat us. Exercise is there for some additional enchantment and artifact removal, big creature removal, as well as Braid number 3. We've got a couple of High Noons, which is something we'll board in against the Is It Lessons deck, because it does thwart them pretty well. They do need to get a sort of velocity of cards to go off. High Noon can shut that down. Of course, we can activate the Lava Axe mode on this very easily. Got a couple of Rest in Pieces for Graveyard Hate, a couple of Voices of Victories for matchups where it's good. Control matchups, there's lots of the Is It Lessons deck. Lots of decks want to play at instant speed. Nice to be able to shut that down. We've got Razorkin Needlehead number 4 because there are plenty of decks that really do want to draw cards. Even if it doesn't perfectly hate on the lessons the way we wanted it to, it's still really, really good to have access to this effect. So we're running number 4 in the sideboard. Pest Control is a very good card in Storm Chaser's Talent format. We used to mainboard this when we were very lessons focused, but now we have just one copy in the sideboard. And finally, a Ride's End is good against those midrangey matchups. So that is Otter Corrosion. We're going to play a bunch of dragons, repeatedly bounce our corroding Dragonstorms, win games by beating down with our evasive, chunky dragons, as well as non-combat damage from our Dragonstorms and our burn spells. And we should have the interaction to keep the boards favorable to us. So let's see if we can get it done in the Platinum tier of MTG Arena Standard. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Karn W will be our first opponent with our Otter Corrosion deck. Be on the play. And yeah, our hand looks pretty good. We've got Dragonstorms and a dragon, and removal will keep. I agree, Matoya has always looked interesting. I think any static effect like that can repeatedly... Oh dear. Leyline of Residence, huh? Okay. Well, I don't like tap land into that. I think we might need an untap land for next turn. Clockwork Percussionist. Do we actually just get lost the Leyline? I kind of feel like we do. Let's play this on black or red. Well, I guess we've already selected black. So, yeah, we're just going to get lost the Leyline. That should slow them down. I really don't like giving red decks, map tokens, but the Leyline is just a little too scary for my taste. Okay, so let's Dragonstorm. I want to get down to Dragonstorm before I play my Conqueror, even though I could have played Conqueror right then to immediately shut down the maps. Magmatic Hellkite, Razorkin Needlehead. I actually like both of those. I'm going to keep both. We'll keep our Magmatic Hellkite. Demand answers. My favorite enchantment, Leyline of Resonance. I don't know if it's my favorite. it always, you know, it definitely like makes you sweat a little bit when your opponent starts on the board with a starts turn 1 with a Leyline on the board. All right, the demand answers again. Well, it's very demanding. They are Conqueror, bounce our Storm. I have to think that they can kill this. I think we'll take one. You want a game with your own version of this Leyline of Resonance deck? Dreadmaw's Ire. Dreadmaw's Ire. Oh, with the original Otter Destruction deck? Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just attack with our dragon. I think we'll play another Dragonstorm. Drain for 2. You added the Nova Dragons. Yeah, pretty good ad, I would say. Pretty good ad. Do we want this land number 5? You know, I don't mind land number 5 actually. Let's just double Corrosive Dragonstorm. Next turn we can play a dragon, bounce both of our storms. And set up land number 5 for the turn after. With no Leyline of Resonance and these repeating Dragonstorms, I'm feeling a little cozy against what our opponent's bringing here. Turn inside out. Yeah, that's 7 damage. It's pretty good. Alright. We'll keep our Nova Hellkite. Let's play this Magmatic Hellkite. We do have to shock to do it. Bounce our storms. They have no non-basic lands. We'll attack with the Clarion Conqueror. So they need to kill us now. Child of Agony. Choose 2 creatures controlled by the same component. That player chooses one of those to deal 5 damage to that creature. The other can't block this turn. Okay, we'll have the Clarion Conqueror do 5 damage. See if they can kill us now. Felonious Rage. 6-7 damage. Molten Duplication. Yeah, that's enough. Alright. Well, we have this this Lightning Helix rotting in our hand. Okay. So I think we want Crystal Barricade, possibly. They're just like Leyline of Resonance, Burn. High Noon is actually pretty good against them. So they can't just stack the buffs. I like Ride's End. Like, we just need to kill their creatures, basically. Crystal Barricade's pretty good. I mean, there's some use for it, so I think I will run 2 copies. Anything else? I could see maybe a Braid. I don't think we want to go so far as to boarding exercise just for the Leyline. So 5 cuts. The Razorkin Needlehead really isn't particularly good here. I think we'll just cut those and be more dragon-focused. Let's cut a Matoya. I think we'll cut one of these Burst Lightning. They may not be enough to actually kill a creature if they start prowessing themselves up. Let's try this. Well, we have to mull this one lander, unfortunately. This is okay. We can keep it a bottoming. Shadowy Backstreet. Okay, let's... Sacred Foundry tapped. They don't have a Leyline, that's good news. Clockwork Percussionist. I kind of want to exile the Clockwork Percussionists, but let's get down our barricade first. Ginger Brutes. Take one from the Ginger Brute. Alright, let's play our Clarion Conqueror. Now they can't activate their Ginger Brute. And we'll absolutely block that Ginger Brute with our Conqueror. Felonious Rage. Okay, so we're gonna trade. Corroding Dragonstorm. Alright, let's surveil. Scavenger Regent to the top. More Clockwork Percussionists. We'll just block like this, I guess. Just take a couple. Yeah, I think we'll just X equals 2. Wipe their board. Oh, never mind. I don't have double black. That's why I can't do that. Get lost. We'll keep that. Let's Dragonstorm. Get lost plus magmatic Hellkite. Yeah, I'll keep Get Lost and Magmatic Hellkite. Removal's gonna be good against them. Unlock. Take 2. Okay. Now X equals 2. They do get to draw 2 cards off this. Actually, let's just go ahead and X equals 3. No reason not to. Just in case more shenanigans. Like, any burn spell that they have is going to do at least 2 damage, so I don't think that matters as far as our barricade survivability. Oh, I did shuffle my deck when I played that Omen, though, which is a little unfortunate. Leyline of Resonance. Okay. Let's warp our dragon. Bounce the Dragonstorm. Attack. Let's get lost the Leyline of Resonance. Another Leyline of Resonance. Ha, perfect. Okay, corrode you. Drain for 2. Another Nova Hellkite? Gimme. All about it. Warp this Nova Hellkite. Attack for 4. Go up to 18. Firebending Students. Felonious Rage. 13-4 haste prowess. It's going to generate 13 mana as it attacks. 14 mana, pardon me. Dreadmire's Awe. It has trample, so it's 19-10. Well, we gotta kill that. Or block it, rather. So... exile the student. Play Dragonstorm. Clarion Conqueror plus High Noon. Spin both of those. Their draw next turn is Slick Shot. Actually, do we want High Noon? We can't crack it right away. So they Slick Shot next turn. And then we can kill them because we can warp this Nova Hellkite and then Dragonstorm again. Hopefully. Maybe? We can force them to block at least. Okay. So that is just game. Warp this. Get back our Storm. Storm. Attack for 4. Okay, do we need to do anything different? I'm actually not convinced the Crystal Barricades are worth having. It doesn't seem like they really go to face at all. They're just all about their pump spells. I'm gonna cut one and add in this Burst Lightning. Maybe Pest Control also? Pest Control might just be better than Crystal Barricade. Let's try this. Okay, Corroding Dragonstorm plus Hellkite is good. However, we have no way to interact with them. I think this is a mulligan. I'd like to see a removal spell, please. There's plenty in our deck. Plenty. Oh my goodness. Nothing doing here either. Not even black mana from my Binding Negotiation. Ugh. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, well, pretty unfortunate series of draws. To the bin. Maybe this River Pyre Verge. No, maybe this Swamp. And this Dragon. Oh man, that's painful. They have the Leyline. Alright, we're in trouble. No doubt about it. Okay, Burst Lightning's good. Okay, no creature play is good for us. So let's play our fast land and pass. Let's ban this bot. Let's just pass. Take one. Okay, let's just Burst Lightning this thing. If they want to waste spells post-combat, sure. That is damage that's not going to our face. We get a, whatever it's called. We get 2/2/2s because it gets doubled. Okay. Play this on black. So we can sweep next turn. Percussionists. Okay, we'll exile the Percussionist so that they don't get an additional card. So here we shock and we do X equals 2. Felonious Rage. Gives them 2 more 2/2s. Firebending student. Alright, now we're in big trouble. Yeah, now we're probably just dead. Well, we have to block the student, I think. Alright, student's down. We're at 4. Yeah, not looking good. Emberheart Challenger, and that's game. Alright. Well, Leyline of Resonance. When it does its thing, and it can just win. So, I think we have a good chance in that matchup, but they just had the goods. Will is our next opponent, with some Otter Corrosion. Will be on the play. This looks fine. We get a Surveil, and we have 2 removal spells into some potential good stuff. Maybe we'll get to play Matoya at some point tonight. Starting Town can help us with that. Magda. So whenever they commit crime, they get treasures. Okay, we're just gonna kill that. Starting Town. I don't want to play Matoya until I can get some value off of it. I don't know, maybe I just play it now. The alternative is warping a Nova Hellkite. Yeah, I think I prefer warping a Nova Hellkite. Let's do that. I like to be able to draw a card immediately after I play a Matoya. Razorkin Needlehead, okay. Sure, we'll take a ping. I think we'll just pass. Hold up our Helix. Alright, so just kill the Needlehead. Magmatic Hellkites. Actually, we are a deck. The problem with this card, as far as mana disruption, it's really good. This is going to mess us up pretty good here. We'll put that on. We'll grab a... What do we want? Red? Probably red. Okay. Play Matoya now. Pay 1 life. Surveil. Get to draw a card right away. Draw Scavenger Regents. Okay, they kill Matoya. Another Needlehead. We're gonna have to take damage off this. Draw. So we can Binding Negotiation something. Could just play a Nova Hellkite. I like Binding Negotiation. It's gonna cost me a life. Sure. Needlehead, Link, Dragon. Link's Dragon. I think the Lynx is probably the most dangerous creature of those to us. I think we're gonna get lost this Magmatic Hellkite probably. Okay, they have another Magda on top of their library. Yeah, taking 2. But we can clear out both of those Needleheads. Costs 2 life to do that. The mana. It's painful. Bone Hard Dracosaur. So I think we need to just play the Scavenger Regents. Go for a block and bolt. Block and burst. There's Magda. So they could do the Twin Maw thing. Discard. Yeah. Oh, they're just gonna play it as a dragon? Okay. Gain 5 life. Sure, we'll block here. And then First Lightning. Oh, it has First Strike. Oops. Okay. So much for that plan. Well, their dragons are just bigger than ours. Yes, opponent oopses for us. So I think we're dead here. Fire Magic, Hired Claw. Okay, so this is the current iteration of the red deck, which is very highly geared to deal with the lessons. Okay. Well, yeah. Opponent had a really good draw. Ours was a bit awkward with that painful mana. So, we want Crystal Barricades. They've got a bunch of, like, dragons and stuff, so I think we want Exercise, Poison the Waters, Ride's End, Abrade. The Burst Lightnings kill the Magda, but not much else. We don't need our own Needleheads in this matchup. Opponent's running Needleheads, so maybe we don't even want the Matoyas as much. Their dragons are bigger than ours. Yeah, I'm going to cut one Burst Lightning, because it only kills Magda. Like, these aren't the greatest either. They kill... Well, this also kills Needleheads. Let's try it like this. I think the 3 damage is going to be better than 2. Okay, this looks fine. We'll keep. We actually have, like, relatively painless mana this game. Okay, let us go for Poison the Waters. Look at your hand. Take a creature. So we can kill both of those Needleheads, no problem. Magmatic Hellkites could be a choice, but they have 2. 4, 5. That's kind of tough for us to deal with. I don't know. I guess the Nova. Yeah, well, Helix this first one. Play this starting town. We don't currently have an answer to these Magmatic Hellkites. Kill the second one. Sacred Foundry. Ride's End. Okay, that can deal with one of them. They can make a shuffle away. Yeah, that's not a May. We have to do that. That's very unfortunate. I guess we'll take this swamp. Get stunned. Exercise? That's a good draw. Tap land. Hired Claw. That's another Hellkite. Crystal barricades for days. Barricade. Pass. Oh, did I miss my land drop there? Okay, block. Corroding Dragonstorm. We need something pretty good here. Ride's End. Lightning Helix. That could be good. Play another Crystal Barricade. When it enters or attacks, exile the target X. X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. Yeah, we're like really behind. Block, block. Take a bunch. Play that on whatever. Doesn't matter. Are we dead? Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, yeah, opponent had a really aggressive curve, and yeah, just weren't able to match them. GG's. Their dragons more aggressive than ours. Redbriar the Mighty be our third opponent. Let's see if we can do some Otter Corrosion this time, and we'll keep this, sure. This looks like a pretty standard draw for this deck. Surveil. Inspiring Vantage, yeah. Another red deck. Alright, let's just play the Crystal Barricade. Emberheart Challenger. Block. Matoya. Okay. I think I'll play a Needlehead and hold up my Burst Lightning. Actually, I think I'll just Burst Lightning the Challenger now while they're tapped out, before they can prowess it. They're gonna throw... Yep. That doesn't work, opponent. Every opponent, most red opponents do that at least once. Yep, they realize it. There's a Hired Claw. Okay. So let's start dropping dragons. No attack. I could have attacked there. It would have been probably good, actually. It has first strike limited attacks. I would have been happy to have it kill either of those creatures. Okay, the barricade doing some work here. Yeah, I think we'll just attack. Sure, we'll just attack with our dudes. They take it. And I'll just play another dragon. Okay, we will block. Just like that. Ogier Aklotzil. I think we just get in. You want to block? We'll braid Axel. That's game. So more traditional red, we're better against in those variants. Crystal Barricades are choice. We also want, I think, Poison the Waters and Abrade and Pest Control. I think we'll cut, at least, we'll cut the Binding Negotiations. We'll cut a Matoya. Oh, you know what? The Needleheads aren't really that good here. We'll cut a couple of Needleheads. Let's cut the Needleheads and keep the Matoyas. I want to see Matoya do stuff. Let's go. Opponent mulliganed once. We have a Burst Lightning, but nothing after. Until turn 4. I think we can mulligan this. Okay, this is better for sure. We'll keep And we'll bin bottom the Matoya. It is all. Alright. Barricade's pretty sweet. Matoya. We're not really doing any surveilling at the moment. Bastronauts. More thundering falls. I think we'll play our barricade. We'll block. Full bore. Uh-oh. Well, we lost our barricade, which is too bad. I think we'll play this Clarion Conqueror. So they can't activate their Hired Claw. They can full Boris again. Maybe. I think I'll just take this. We can X equals 2 next turn. We do have to shock in order to do that. So we go to 9. But I think I like this move. X equals 2. Kill their creatures. And we'll attack, I guess. A little risky, because they definitely could have a hasty creature. Nothing. Okay. Well, I think we will... Yeah, no need to warp. I want to hold up Heartless Act. So we'll just attack. Play our Parlor. We're good on lands, thank you very much. Burst Lightning our face. Yep. Emberheart Challenger. And we'll kill it. Another Conqueror. Okay. We need to just kill them as quickly as possible. Oops, I didn't mean to warp that. I meant to just cast it. Another Nova Hellkite. Sure, we'll keep the Nova Hellkite. That's a lethal attacker for next turn. We already have one, you know, in our warp zone. Pyro's Demonstration. Yeah, we'll just warp into the Hellkite. Attack. So they need to kill us right now or deal with our Hellkite. Maybe they can do it. They got a Rockface Village. They got 3 cards. Tons of mana. Okay. So they just have to double spell to kill our Hellkite. And then we just play the other ones. Is Nova Hellkite a good card? I think it's a good card. A Bo3 Nick Kill. Bo3 Nick Kill. The Mighty is our next opponent. Will be on the play. With some standard Otter Corrosion. And we got a Storm, we got Removal, we got a Dragon. We'll keep. Lead on our fast land. Hinterland Sanctifier. Okay. So, like a life gain deck. It's tempting to abrade. Just abrade that thing. course, we have the Scavenger Regent, which can sweep a bunch of weenies at some point. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play this Dragonstorm. I'm going to get greedy. I don't want to get just a bunny. Strategic Betrayal seems good. I don't think we need this starting town. Amalia. Ward pay 3 life. Razorkin Needlehead. I don't think I'm that interested in a Needlehead. I'd really like to find more dragons. I am interested in killing Amalia. I will pay the ward. So they want to wait till they can kick this. Let's see if they just play it. Essence Channeler. Okay. We can X equals 2. Our Scavenger Regent. Exude Toxin. Another Sanctifier. Hilda does not draw a card. Alright, let's Strategic Betrayal. Sacks their bunny. Clarion Conqueror. I'll trade my Clarion Conqueror for Hilda if they do that, which they don't. Alright, I'm just gonna double Dragonstorm here. Matoya plus Nova Hellkites. I have a starting town. When am I gonna play Matoya, though? I feel like it's a while before I have a window to do that. I'd rather just have another Nova Hellkite. Continue storming. Nova Hellkite plus land. I think we can bin the land. Do I want to attack with my Conqueror? Yeah, I think I do. We need to get their life total to 0. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Okay, I guess we'll just play a Nova Hellkite. Doesn't matter, because Kill it. Bounce my storms. No attack. Now I wish I had kept Matoya, because this might be a long, grindy game. But if we don't deal with this Bloodthirsty Conqueror, it will not be that long. A good game, opponent says. Yeah, this is... Whenever you gain life, opponent loses. Whenever opponent loses, you gain. So this is the infinite chain. Well, let's poison the waters, abrade. We just need to kill their creatures. Exercise can kill the Bloodthirsty Conqueror. As can Ride's End. So I don't think the barricade does anything. The Nova Hellkites actually aren't that great here. They kill the clerics, but they don't kill a lot of their other important cards. We got the Strategic Betrayal. They're going to be a Raise the Past deck, no doubt. Maybe we want a Rest in Peace. Yeah, let's go down on Hellkites, and we'll cut a couple of Needleheads. I don't think they're drawing extra cards. Yeah, this is like the maximum removal we can bring in, so let's try this. Alright, we got Rest in Peace. Lightning Helix we can't cast. Heartless Act we can't cast. This is definitely a mulligan. Into 6 lands plus Abrade. Pretty terrible as well. We do have 3 surveils in this opening draw. We'll keep... I think the surveils will help us a lot. We'll just bin this swamp. Really, we're good on lands deck. There's Bunny. Draw more lands. Okay. Well, I think we'll just play Starting Town. Amalia. Alright, let's kill the bunny so we don't have to pay life. Abrade. We're good on lands deck, really, I insist. Another Sanctifier. Uh-huh. Let's try to kill Amalia. Okay, Ride's End. Removal is good. Clarion Conqueror. Okay, we'll keep Clarion Conqueror. More Amalia. Cleric. I think we need to save this Ride's End for a better creature. Maybe not, because this is the only thing they have that gains them life currently. Yeah, let's just kill this. Binding Negotiation. Do I want Binding Negotiation? They have 2 non-land cards in their hands. Like, if they have a Conqueror, they can just deploy it right now. I don't think Binding Negotiation does much for us. They'll probably be able to cast whatever those last 2 cards are anyway, so think we're looking for more removal, more dragons. Scavenger regions would be really nice. A scavenger region would be real nice. Strategic betrayal. Not really what I'm after. How about a scavenger region? I'll just pass. Scavenger region, please. Calling all scavenger regions. How about more lands? Okay. Opponent is also flooding to a degree. Rest in peace. Probably the least useful card in this situation. That is not lands. Okay. We started with 6 lands in hand. We've drawn quite a few here. Guess we'll just play yet another land. Okay, they find a removal spell, so they can start attacking. How about a scavenger region? Clearing Conqueror. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Opponent is very emotive. Sheltered by ghosts. And that's game. Well, we just drew way too many lands. I mean, that keep was a little questionable, I guess. 6 lands plus a removal spell. Alright, Joaquin 1623, the standard bearer, will be our final opponent. See if we can get a 2 and 3 with this Otter Corrosion deck. Alright, our hand looks fine. We can keep this. See if we can do something with Matoya this game. Lumen Marsh. Alright, well, we're gonna lead on Elegant Parlor. Corroding Dragonstorm. Glimpse the Core. So ramping. Yeah, let's... Crystal Barricade? You might have, like, Deep Cavern Bats or something. Disruptive Stormbrood. More Matoyas. Alright. Dragonstorm. Starting town, Get Lost. I feel like Get Lost is gonna be good at some point. Soon. Alright, play Starting Town. Let's warp our Hellkite. Getting a smack. Alright, let's Matoya. Dragonstorm. Okay. You do get to surveil and draw. Binding Negotiation, Raucous Theater. Yeah. Cool. Those are great. The Rise of Sozin. So they're going to, like, Surgical Extract us next turn. This is like a Saffron Olive deck they're playing, where you're just trying to Surgical Extract every threat that your opponents have. We'll pass. Okay, their last card is, alright, Matoya. Let's surveil. Raucous Theater. I think we'll bin a Raucous Theater. Draw a card. Cavernous Souls. Corroding Dragonstorm. Bin. Draw a card. More lands? Dude, so many lands. Come on, deck. Ancient Vendetta. Nova Hellkite. Well, we still have the one in Warp, which they can't target. Okay. So Cabin of Souls on Dragon. Play the Nova Hellkite. Gonna eat some food. Attack. Do some corrosion. Binding Negotiation we don't need anymore. Because they're gonna have to Deadly Cover Up. Okay. Dragonstorm. Bottom. Clarion Conquerors. We just keep looping Dragonstorms until they die. Dragonstorm. Clarion Conqueror. Bounce our Dragonstorms. Ancient Vendetta can name Corrosive Dragonstorm. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. But they still die to our attack plus our lightning helix. Okay. Well, Crystal Barricade's really good against them. Duress. I think that's about it. They don't really play creatures at all. It's a Saffron Olive deck. They're just like trying to extract all of our win conditions. So let's get in some Voices of Victory, some Needleheads. like any removal that doesn't target, that doesn't go face can be gotten rid of, basically. Get lost, is that even worth having? No, I don't think we need get lost. I think this is our play. We cut our get lost, so yeah, the rise of whatever his name is maybe could be a problem potentially. This hand looks fine. We'll keep. I do like Voice of Victory. Turn 2. Alright, they ramp. There's Corroding Dragonstorm. Just play Voice of Victory. On the Voice of Victory. Corroding Dragonstorm. Yeah, let's play Dragonstorm. Double Burst Lightning. And Burst Lightning is probably how we're gonna win this game, frankly. See what they target us with this time. What kind of extraction effect? Ancient Vendetta. Glimpse the Core, just gonna ramp. Okay. Play another Dragonstorm. Needlehead, Burst Lightning. Yeah, I like those. I like our pinging effects. Okay, they're gonna play Unholy Annex. Just make a 6/6 demon. Okay. Well, maybe that's an argument for leaving in Get Lost. Yeah, we don't have a way of dealing with this 6/6. Opponent's playing very slowly. We don't really have a good draw on next turn. Burst Lightning. Maybe we shouldn't have kept both of those. Alright, let's attack with our Needlehead. It's gonna make a 1/1. Okay. Play Matoya. Making another 6/6 demon. Okay. Sure, we'll take it. What do we draw? Another Corroding Dragonstorm. Cast it. Helix. Parlor. I think I want those cards. Tap with Needlehead again. Double burst lightning. Oh, we don't have the second red mana. Uh-oh. Yikes. That was a terrible punt. That was a terrible punt. I was gonna double burst lightning the thing. Now I think we're dead. They could have done this like last turn. Started activating the annexes, and we just don't have an answer. Okay. So a bit of a punt, but the annexes kill us. So I think we want exercises and get losts. And let's draw some of our discard this time, please. And maybe a crystal barricade would be nice to draw as well. Let's lose a couple of Nova Hellkites, maybe. Or Nova Hellkite, a Clarion Conqueror. And a Scavenger Regent. Let's try this. Okay, we have a Duress. That's a good card against them. I think that means this is a keep. We don't need Duress turn 1. Matoya. I think we're looking for land number 3, probably. Opponent has a Duress turn 1. Okay. Maybe we did need to Duress turn 1. We take our Duress. Okay, let's play a Dragonstorm. Parlor, Sacred Foundry. We'll bin the Elegant Parlor. Keep land number 4. Alright, let's surveil another Magmatic Hellkite. Yeah, sure. That sounds great. Ancient Vendetta. Naming Corroding Dragonstorm. Okay. Well, they made a shuffle, which is unfortunate. They don't get the one that's already on the battlefield. So let's stun their dual land. They made us shuffle away the Magmatic Hellkite we had on top, which really sucks. Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. Corroding. Matoya plus Thundering Falls. It's not bad. It's a little slow. I probably would rather just draw a dragon of some kind. Yeah, because I don't even have access to blue mana right now. I'd have to get Thundering Falls. Surveil into Matoya. I think I'm gonna just bin these. Play a Needlehead. They get pinged. Crystal barricades would be so good against them. We just have not found it. It actually target opponents. Yeah, they're all like these extraction effects are targeted. Alright, destroy, kill, 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 kill. His opponent's plan. Okay, here comes the Restless Cottage. Let's go ahead and get lost it, I think. Yeah, let's get lost. We could have kicked this Burst Lightning, but I think I'm gonna want this to go to face. Alright, Magmatic Hellkite. Let's get their Bloomin' Marsh, I guess. Sure. The end. Nothing? Oh. Alright, let's start with the Voice of Victory. Okay. Gonna demo field our Secret Foundry? Sure. So they certainly will have a sweeper of some kind here, I have to think. Yep. What did they exile? Magmatic Hellkite? Well, we had already resolved both of our Magmatic Hellkites. They know our hand now, though. Pass. Scavenger Regents. Casting it. The Rise of Sozin. Kill your thing. Big game, opponent says. Alright. Let's exercise the Rise of Sozin. Ritual Chamber. Alright, we'll get lost the demon. Razorkin Needlehead. Alright. Stormbrood. They unlock their Unholy Annex. Raucous Theater. Clearing Conqueror. Okay. Restless Cottage. Desperately gonna sack their map. So, yeah, I think we'll, in response, just kill the cottage. We don't want them generating food tokens. Bearing Conqueror. Which removal spell will it be this time? The End. Destructive Stormbrood. Almost down to 4. Okay. Burst Lightning to the face. For 4. Okay, we got there against the Extract Everything deck, which... glad we're able to beat that deck, because if we can't beat a deck that's that slow, we're probably back to the drawing board, although that deck has a lot of removal. Alrighty, our final record with Otter Corrosion, this rework of the Otter Destruction deck, was a 2 and 3, which is disappointing. Yeah, we kind of got bodied by the aggro decks. I think we did draw a bit awkwardly, but I think our sideboard is a little too cute, probably. It's a little too tailored for, like, is it lessons? You know, 3 crystal barricades might be a bit much. I think that we maybe are overboarded for the is it lessons matchup to the expense of to the detriment of our other matchups, in particular aggro matchups. In the first version of this deck, we had more like cheap removal spells to deal with the aggressive decks. And I think maybe it would do well to cut a couple of these sideboard cards and add some more removal, like another Burst Lightning, maybe another Heartless Act or something. Yeah, probably more removal that's geared towards the mid-range matchups. So like 2 mana removal, Heartless Acts, or not strategic betrayals, you know, Bitter Triumphs, more Get Lost, just more hard removal spells. You could probably lose Razorkin Needlehead number 4, which I do like the Needleheads as tech to have access to in a deck like this. I like the non-combat damage. That's in fact how we got, you know, that last win for sure. So yeah, I realized the Matoya plan. We didn't really just get to see Matoya go off all that much. It drew a couple of cards here and there, but didn't quite come up, although I think it's good, and I would totally keep playing Matoya in this build. Yeah, I think the main point is we need a little bit more removal against the aggro to mid-range matchups in the sideboard, and yeah, we got some really clunky draws. I don't know what you can do to fix that more. I think we just got a little unlucky. We've already got so many surveils. You got the Corroding Dragonstorms. I think we're pretty much maxed out on the card slots we can devote to having our draws be not good. I could see adding possibly there's an argument for like Firebrain Scheme could be a good card to play in this deck. Maybe we could go down on 1 or 2 slots for a Firebrain Scheme or 2. That would be maybe one card I would consider adding. Like maybe you could ditch this Crystal Barricade in the main board, because there are many matchups where this is not good. So yeah, that's probably would be a good thing to swap out for either another removal spell or like a Firebrain Scheme, something to that effect. Little more card draw possibly, but I don't know. I think the deck is fun. I think we got a little unlucky. It did a little better in testing than it did tonight. I think we just need a little more help against aggro to mid-range, and it should be good. I certainly like it better than the Otter Destruction build, so a little disappointed to get a 2-3, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles in MTG sometimes. But I think this is a fun brew, and I may come back with another iteration of it at some point in the future. But for now, I'm going to call it here. I hope you enjoyed watching me play Standard Otter Corrosion. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday night. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. So happy holidays to you all. Happy New Year. It'll be next year, the next time you see me playing MTG. So I hope you all have a good celebration, and see you next year.